going on, guys? So today I'm going to be taking you through an entire week of my life using nothing but this, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now I want to do this from the perspective of being a full-time content creator and also now a small business owner, because let's be honest, this was the most popular camera of 2024, and by the looks of it, this thing is still as popular as ever. And I have used it in certain situations and I've been pretty impressed with it. I do think it has some drawbacks, but I'm curious to test this thing out as my main camera this week. For everything I'm vlogging, I'm gonna be shooting some content with it as well. Obviously for this entire vlog, and then also I'm planning on shooting some content with it as well for my brand Lab Culture. But I wanna do this in like a real life, real world situation, showing you guys how I actually use it and if it's actually worth the hype or not. But actually right now we have an appointment to get to, so I'm gonna switch over to the Osmo Pocket 3, and then the rest of this vlog is gonna be shot on this camera. Let's get going. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you drop it a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into it. And by the way, I do wanna just say this video is not sponsored. I just wanna really try this camera out and give it my honest review and thoughts. So let's go. Basically, we just pulled up to the print shop. I'm about to go in. They're obviously running the hoodies. I got a sample one on that I was able to get a little bit early so I could get some product photos done. It's one of my favorite days to go in there, get some BTS shots of everything being run. Hopefully everything's looking good. Very stoked. So enough talking. Let's go in and see what is going on. Oh man, good. How you doing? What up? What up? Now, one thing I do love with this camera is that I have a wireless mic on it, so I can be so far away from it and you guys can still hear what I'm saying, which sounds like an obvious thing, but the fact that this camera is just so small, it's just out of the way. Like, I'm not in their way at all, and I'm able to still get good audio in here is really awesome. Black hoodies going on over here, and then we got the cream going on over here as well. White graphic on the black hoodie and then black graphic on the cream hoodie. I'll show you guys better once we actually get them going here, but this one might be my favorite, but black also, you can't go wrong. All right, so they just ran the back graphic on the black hoodies. They're now doing the front graphic, and then they're moving on to the cream hoodies. So it sounds like today they're just gonna do those prints done, and then they have to finish doing the inside tags, putting them in the bag and everything tomorrow. So I'm gonna pick them up either tomorrow or Thursday, which I'll show you guys that as well when we do that. Right now, my main goal is to obviously shoot some stuff for the vlog here, taking some photos, some BTS photos. I'm also gonna try to get enough clips to film kind of a vertical video, put on one of the social channels. So busy, but it's very, very cool being able to come over here and see this stuff happen in person. So it's looking awesome, very stoked. So right now I have the face tracking turned on, and I want to try a couple different features. Face tracking, obviously, which is really nice. Sometimes you don't always want that, but sometimes it is really nice. Then I also have the noise canceling turned on the DJI Mic 2, which actually I haven't really tested much. So I'm curious to know how this sounds, because there's a little bit of music playing. Obviously, it's kind of a loud print shop, but man, I gotta be honest, I'm absolutely loving filming on the Osmo right now. It makes it so easy. The gimbal shots look great. We'll see how everything turns out though, because I know you need to have some good light for it to work, and this is pretty well lit in here. The wireless mic is super easy. The gimbal's nice. Being able to shoot vertical and horizontal back and forth, super easy. I just charged this thing back up with a battery bank in like 5 minutes, so it's very, very easy and convenient to use this camera. So I'm very curious to know how this kind of turns out filming this entire vlog on it. But right now they're actually printing the very last thing, which is the front logo on the cream hoodies. Gonna grab a couple more shots here, taking some photos just here by myself today. So rocking the good old trusty tripod to get some fire photos. Gonna grab a couple shots and then we are out of here. Time to head back home because there's a lot more to get done today. right, so checking in. It's been a couple hours since I last updated you guys. Got back home, cracked an energy, of course. And right now I'm prepping to sit down and record for a YouTube video. This one does have a big sponsorship segment in it. Now the thing with this one, also I'm on just the internal mic right now on the DJI. This is kind of just how it works. I've had a crazy last few days, especially prepping for the next lab culture launch. We're in the middle of a couple brand deals right now, which I'm obviously very fortunate for, but we only got approval on this, I wanna say, I think it was Friday at 5 o'clock, and it's due, right now it's Tuesday, and it's due tomorrow. So I wasn't able to film it over the weekend, just with different things going on. So tonight, even though I wanna hop on lab culture stuff or play the new Call of Duty update, I need to knock out recording this video and then start editing this thing and get it done. So I'm gonna get started on this, and I will hit you guys up a little bit later and let you know how it's going with the channel. So today we're talking about how to make money. Real quick, I want to show you guys the sunset because it is gorgeous right now. Every now and then, no matter how busy your day is, you gotta just appreciate where you're at. Those little things do stack up. Very grateful to be where I'm at. So I just made it to the heart of downtown Chicago here. Tonight, I'm going to be shooting the new hoodies. I have one of my homies that is coming to help me out with a couple product photos. Nothing too crazy, just kind of like a small little mini photo shoot to get some stuff for social. But I thought this would be a good example of testing out the low light capabilities of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So right now I'm not in the low light mode. Honestly, I don't want to have to switch it over to that. Right about 5 o'clock, not like super dark yet, but this area of downtown Chicago is absolutely gorgeous. Thought it'd be a good place to kind of shoot this collection. So yeah, I'll try to grab a couple behind the scenes clips, but it's just a little 2-man crew tonight, so nothing crazy, but should be good. Guys, so just got back from shooting downtown Chicago. Honestly, it was kind of hectic, so I wasn't able to grab a ton of footage with this camera doing the low light tests, just because we were running all over the place. It's pretty cold down there, trying to get a bunch of photos knocked out. I'll definitely share some of those photos with you guys here shortly, but I thought we could just hit my rooftop to test out some of the low light capabilities on this camera. So let's just walk around here real quick. There's obviously a couple little spotlights here on the rooftop, but let's go into kind of a darker area and then we can kind of look out around at the city. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. So again, this is just kind of in the normal non-low light mode, and it looks like this. And let me switch it over to low light mode real quick now. All right, and now this is in the low light mode. So I'm curious to see kind of what the difference of it looks like. Does this look any better or not? This is downtown, and then you know what? Let's flip it around and film myself. It looks like you can't do the face tracking in low light mode. I think it's limited some of the settings. It'll be kind of a good test to just see here, but this is a low light mode. I'm curious to know if it looks any better or not. But like I said, I don't really want to have to switch it back and forth. All right, so I figured while we're doing this low light test here, hopefully I'm in frame. I figured we could just have a quick little chat here. But you know, a couple things just top of mind right now because this week is just insane. First of all, shooting downtown tonight was a huge success. I think having the experience of working within a few different companies over the last 10 years has given me really the knowledge and experience I want to work on my own brand, which is really fun and it's super fulfilling to do your own thing. I think the problem with that is I have very high standards and expectations. You know, when I have experience with doing photo shoots with a team of at least 5 people up into, I think my biggest shoot was like 40 plus people. When you're starting from the ground again and start from scratch with doing like a 2-person shoot, it's different, you know, but it's really fun and like I said, fulfilling to do my own stuff. But this week is just crazy. I'm just genuinely kind of feeling a little overwhelmed with how much is on my plate, especially with wanting to take some time off next week for this family vacation. There's a train going on, so I wonder how this mic sounds. You know, between the different brand deals I have going on right now, between trying to just balance personal content between vertical YouTube videos, trying to live a pretty healthy lifestyle, working on all this stuff for lab culture. It's a lot on my plate. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel overwhelmed a good amount of the time lately. And I think something I have to remind myself with is that this is stuff that I asked for, and these are all things that I dreamed of being able to do at some point. And so if my biggest issue right now is like I just can't find enough hours in the day to edit content, that's a fixable problem, and that's probably a good problem to have. You know, brand deals are doing the best they ever have with numbers that I've never seen before, so that's amazing. I recently started to get some help with some of my editing work, and I plan to do that more and more. A couple videos back, the one where I first showed you guys the storage unit was actually edited by someone else. For the first time, any video on my channel has been edited by someone else. It was that video, and I think it turned out awesome. So, I just have to remind myself that these are all things I asked for, and I think it was, I don't know if C-Bum came up with it, but he says it all the time, that pressure is a privilege, and this is, exactly where I wanted to be and what I wanted to be doing. And I think I've just reached the threshold of what I'm able to do by myself. Possibly hiring a video editor, or at least having help sometimes with video editing, is a huge step. And then even the other day, I posted an Instagram story basically asking for if anyone would be interested in Chicago. I need someone locally to be able to help me out with some content, whether it be shooting YouTube videos, lab culture content, stuff for just my socials. I was overwhelmed by the DMs. I still got to get back to people because I had like legit over probably 20 people locally reach out, which was awesome. Growing pains. I think these are all good issues to have. It's just kind of new issues, so I don't know. This has just really been on my mind, so I figured, sorry for the sirens, welcome to Chicago. Kind of just felt like a chance to vent about this and talk about it some, because I think all creators can feel overwhelmed often, in different levels and scales. And even when I was trying to grind to my first 100 subs, I felt stressed, probably the same amount of stress, just in different ways. So just know you're not alone. We're all trying to figure this thing out together. I just have some experience, but at the end of the day, we're all just trying to figure it out. And I think it's just good to remind yourself that you aren't alone. Let's go back inside. As far as rest of the night, I need to lock back into the lab, get some work done, probably some lab culture stuff. As much as I would love to sit on the couch and watch a show or maybe play Call of Duty for the rest of the night, it's just not in the cards tonight for me. So back to work. So checking in a little bit later. Right now it is 10:43 at night. I am just sitting here working, trying to do the face tracking. Look over here at the computer. I'm editing the video that I shot earlier because it is due tomorrow at 2 p.m. It's a long one, but I honestly think it turned out good. I feel like there's a lot of good info in it. If everything goes correctly, I think that video will be out before the one you guys are watching, or possibly right after, but I think there's a lot of value in it. It's something that's a little bit of a different style than my typical, but you guys know me, I like to always try new things and see what works and what doesn't work. But I think there's a lot of value in it, so at the end of the day, that's really all I can ask for. This is a tough week because there's so much to do. I'm actually going to be traveling starting Friday for next week. I'm gone on family vacation. I'm trying to knock out this brand deal. I'm trying to get ahead on some content, just personal content that I can post throughout the week that I'm gone for. I had one brand deal that I posted earlier today. It was an OnStar video for TikTok. It turned out awesome. Very, very stoked with how that turned out. Then I have one more brand deal that I'm waiting on feedback on, the first draft that I sent in. So busy week with brand deal stuff. Got to get ahead with the personal content. And then the week I'm back is drop week for lab culture. So that's why prepping the hoodies this week. And then also I'm trying to get ahead of the content that I have to shoot for the lab culture drop, which honestly, the stuff is already looking great. I just need more hours in the day because I need to start editing these photos, but this is what it's all about. So yeah, coming up on 11 p.m., I'm probably going to be editing this till realistically probably about 1 a.m. and then hitting the hay, and we're back at it tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be another busy day, and I'll probably catch up with you guys then. All right, what's up guys? So it is now the next day, and I figured I would do kind of a little audio test with the internal microphone on the Osmo Pocket 3. I'm outside walking the dogs right now, and it's obviously kind of loud here, windy, trash truck over there, so I thought this would be a good test. And then also the sun is booming right now, so I want to see how the auto exposure kind of works on this, if it's able to kind of read it correctly or not, I suppose. But yeah, just a quick little test here, hanging out with the dogs. So definitely let me know how this sounds below. Hi, good girl. Hey,
Good girl, yeah. Let's go.
Honestly, I ended up staying up way too late last night, just trying to get that video done. This morning, I basically woke up, sat back down in my computer chair, edited that video until it was done. So that feels great that that is now done. At this point, I'm caught up on brand deal things. I'm just waiting on feedback for one, or I guess now two, but nothing is in my hands right this second. So that feels good. Also, I gotta be honest, vlogging on this camera has been awesome so far. I'll probably do like share some more of my thoughts towards the end of the video. As I'm kind of recording this entire thing, I also just wanna say some things that are top of mind. Just being able to throw this microphone on me, just instantly pairs up, talk wherever, is so nice. I can literally see the audio levels on the camera right now too. The Osmo Pocket 3, man, super nice for vlogging. I thought I wasn't gonna enjoy it this much because I really like to have things high, like super high quality and super cinematic, but this is, it makes vlogging and shooting quick videos just so easy. Even yesterday at the print shop, being able to get some like smooth gimbal shots with just this small camera was super nice. But anyways, right now, I feel like my schedule is kind of messed up today because I kind of had to do that out of my normal routine, which is just kind of part of my job. It's nice that I can move around my schedules I need to, but right now I'm about to eat a little pre-workout meal. Figured I'd show you guys what I'm eating, and then gonna go get a quick lift in. So when I go back to my computer chair to sit there the rest of the night, at least I feel like I did something productive. All right, so this is basically the breakfast I've been eating a lot of mornings recently. It's kind of a great like pre-workout meal, I guess. But as you can tell, I've already kind of started eating here this morning. It is my overnight oats recipe, all right? So basically within this, you got your old-fashioned oats, obviously some milk, a little bit of Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt. This is the vanilla. Honestly, this stuff is very, very good. Macros are insane. A little bit of chia seeds for some healthy fats and a little bit more protein, right? Yeah, just a little bit more. This is the best peanut butter on earth for whatever reason. A little bit of that in there. And then little ghost nutter butter protein in there as well. And then if I want to, I'll cut up like a banana or fruit and throw it on top. If you want to get real fancy with it, throw in a couple like non-sugar added chocolate chips. And then I'll also eat a couple pieces of turkey bacon. You can even do 2 scoops of protein and make this thing absolutely packed. But between the protein, the peanut butter, the fat-free milk, and the Greek yogurt, this thing's packed with protein and some good carbs for a pre-workout meal. Sometimes if I'm just like walking for 30 minutes or something, I'll get like busy work done on my phone. Like for example, right now I have a photo dump. I want to get up and this is a great time to do it. So sometimes I leave myself like some busy work to get back to that's like not too intense, so that way I can just do it while I'm walking here for 20, 30 minutes. So I already prepped this photo dump, so I just gotta organize it, find a song, do the caption. I've really been enjoying doing more and more photography lately. Seems like photos are doing pretty good over on Instagram. So that's something I'm trying to do more and more of. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, gotta get a photo set up and get some cardio done. I would never take my big camera to a gym. I'm just not fitness influencer. I've been around that for a long time, but taking this tiny camera pretty much anywhere with me, so easy. All right, I'm gonna get this photo up. Trip number 1, there's a lot of hoodies. All right, time to stock some shelves. Check it out. We got everything stocked on the shelves right now. So this is pretty cool, man. You know, this is a pretty small limited drop, so nothing crazy, but you know, it's a big step for me and pretty cool to actually have a space to be able to do all of it. And there's still more stuff coming in for the next couple drops. I still need to bring the beanies over and get those stocked on the shelf as well. I want to show you guys more about these actual hoodies that are dropping so you can see what they kind of look and feel like. And hopefully this isn't overexposed. So this is my hoodie that I already have taken out. I want you guys to check out all the details, all right? All right, so I want to show you guys and tell you about these hoodies that are going to be in the drop. And again, I'll put the date on the screen, date and time, so you guys know when this is dropping, because I expect these to sell out, especially certain sizes, very quickly. So if you want them, get on them. But on the front there, I went with a center chest logo. I think a center chest logo looks really nice. I got some mocha dog hair on there, but center chest logo on the front. And this is a slightly different style of a logo from our traditional, kind of like an old style font, which matches the graphic on the back. So if you flip it around, we have the huge, awesome, cool graphic. Obviously lab culture up top, late night crew on the bottom. Obviously we got a skull kind of representing the late night vibes, rocking some headphones because you already know when you're in the lab, you got your headphones on, you're editing. And then of course, sipping an energy drink, because if you know me, come on, that's just like part of my brand at this point. And then a very cool small detail, because it's all in the details always, is the energy drink. He's kind of like grabbing it, you know, some of it's spilling out. And at the bottom here, small little detail, it's a 2-3. So the drops kind of turn into a 23, which represent 2023 when Lab Culture was founded. So this is the hoodie. I'm absolutely over the moon about this. The material of it is super high quality. I promise you, when you get these in, it's gonna be one of the highest quality hoodies in your closet. 12-ounce hoodie, so it's thick, but the inside is still really soft. And I personally love the weight of it. It has a boxy fit, drop shoulder. I would say these are kind of slightly oversized. I truly could wear an XL and that would fit great, but I just like an oversized hoodie, especially because I'm always wearing like a shirt underneath it. So I personally am wearing a 2X, but I am 6'5", 235 pounds, 240 pounds right now. So I'm a big dude. No drawstrings, because I'm not really a big fan of that. Double layered single piece hood. And it's already pre-shrunk, so it shouldn't shrink on you. So this is months of work right here. I'm so stoked about these. So obviously it's available in a black with a white graphic. And then the other one, which you saw me wearing the other day, if you haven't ordered anything from me before, comes in its own little dust bag right here. Welcome to the culture. Again, little details. Little details are truly everything. This is the cream colorway. So cream color, I feel like a black hoodie, you can't go wrong, right? Kind of goes with everything. But this cream hoodie with the black graphic, something about this one just like pops. So I've been rocking the cream a ton, but yeah, you can't really go wrong with either. It's a tough choice. And then you guys have seen these throughout the video, but I'm also dropping some beanies at a pretty affordable price. Don't mind the dog hair on the ones from my house, but we got the black traditional Lab Culture logo, and then the neon green, which I'm calling slime green. So this one's fun. I think it's a cool pop of color. And at least in Chicago, it's gonna be cold still for quite a while. And some people rock beanies year round. Now don't worry, I'm not printing on Gildan or anything like that. The print shop just packed these in whatever boxes they have laying around. So they're just random brands and stuff. So don't worry, these are not printed on Gildan. These are extremely high quality, super nice, thick. They're just so sick. All right, I got the place cleaned up, organized. Honestly, I need to bring over the rest of the stuff from my storage unit from the apartment, all the packing supplies, shipping supplies, stickers, wristbands. Also, it's just really nice having kind of like a fresh environment to shoot some stuff, even just simple things. All right, I'm going to take out these boxes and head back to the office because I got a laundry list of stuff to finish off today still. So luckily it's only about noon, so time to get out of here. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but fun fact, my very first song on the iPod Touch in 7th grade, that's how old I am, iPod Touch, was Newfound Glory, all downhill from here. An absolute banger, but that was my first song I ever bought. 99 cents, throwback, but such a good jam. All right guys, so made it back home. I feel like I've given a lot of my thoughts about this camera throughout the entire video. That was obviously my goal, but I want to give just kind of a few last final thoughts on it and maybe talk about who I would recommend this camera to. So I think this camera is absolutely amazing, especially for the price point it's at and just how small and portable this thing is. You know, I'm used to filming my vlogs on a Sony FX3, a 16-35 lens, which is a huge lens, the best Sony microphone. So like, I'm used to vlogging vlogging on like a $6,000 setup, a $600 setup or $600 camera is never going to compare. There's obviously going to be some drawbacks to this one compared to that, like that's a no-brainer. But with that being said, I can't even describe how nice it was to just vlog on this camera. For one, it's just so easy to take everywhere with you. I mean, pocket is in its name, but the fact that you can literally fit this in your pocket or in like your backpack or probably your purse, whatever, that's amazing. The image quality of it also looks very good, especially if you have good lighting. It definitely does struggle some, which is to be expected in most like smaller sensored cameras. And then one of my other favorite features about it is just how it just instantly pairs up with the DJI mics. It just makes it so easy, especially if you're doing vlogging stuff. You're usually like out in public, or maybe you're in stores, or you're out and about doing things. And this isn't like having a huge cinema camera in your hand trying to vlog, you know? So the fact that I can just have this tiny setup right here with a built-in tripod, and this is it. I can set this down anywhere. I can have a wireless mic. I can walk around, talk anywhere. Face tracking is great. This really is such a good tool for people that are especially doing vlog style content. So I would say this camera definitely lives up to the hype. Now, it's not going to fully replace the FX3 for me, but I promise you I will be using this camera in certain scenarios when I don't want to have my huge camera with me. Or even just having the built-in gimbal is really nice to get some kind of more cinematic, smooth shots without having to have a big gimbal with you. So I think this thing could be used as a really good tool in addition to your normal camera, or depending on your style of content, this might be able to do everything you need. So I also did shoot a couple vertical videos with it this week, which I'll put on screen right now. And I think they held up pretty good. Again, you gotta have good lighting for it. And I really think one of the only few drawbacks of this camera is just that the vertical ratio is not true 4K, it's like 3K. So it can fall apart a little bit easier. But again, as long as you have some good lighting, it seems pretty good. Every once in a while, the focus isn't as reliable as, you know, my $4,000 Sony camera. So just be careful with that. But overall, I'm very impressed with it, and I think the content turned out pretty good. So truly, I highly recommend this camera to people. I think if you can get the creator combo, all the accessories it comes with are very needed and just kind of make the experience a lot better. But yeah, maybe you want this for vertical content. I think it'd be great for that. Maybe you just want something that's small, easy, and portable for vlogging. I think it's great for that. Or kind of how I plan to use it, an additional tool to my main camera. I think this is like a good B camera or a certain scenario camera. So DJI killed it. And this, again, was not sponsored at all. I just love this camera, and I wanted to kind of test out using it for a full week to really test this thing out, and it definitely lives up to the hype. So guys, that's gonna be it for me in today's video. Drop me any questions that you have about the Osmo Pocket 3, and I'm happy to answer anything that I can. I'll be responding to everybody. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And depending on when you're watching this, remember, we got the Lab Culture drop on 2/15. Or if you're watching this down in the future, check our Instagram because we probably have another drop coming out soon. But I know these are about to go quick. That's gonna be it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.